Okay, hello and welcome. I'm just going to set up the stream here real quick, so give me a second. And games will be dangerous. Okay. And let's put a quick description here. Let's okay. I think that should do it for setup. Yes, here we go. Need to point the camera correctly here. There we go. Okay. And then I need to go back into it. Okay, so the purpose of today's stream is that many of these new, we're still playing on the beta server. But many of these new, hold on, is my mic, hold on. Yes, mic is up. So many of these new asteroid bases are actually located at pretty distances from the bubble. They are in really deep space. So you can see here's the Cat Paw Nebula. See if we can find anything out here. Oh, come on. Doesn't look like it, but if we go over here to some of the other nebulas, you can see all the way here, that's a human bubble, but all the way out here, in the heart sector for instance, there's a station. We now have 2,500 people living out here. And those are, as far as I understand, those are the new mining bases, the new asteroid bases that people have built out here. And today, I'm planning to maybe not visit all of them. As you can see, some of them are a fair distance away. This is what's 7,500 light years from where I'm at right now. So I might not get around to visit all of them in this live stream, but I'll try to get around to as many of them. I haven't found all of them. I've found some. There are a total of 32 of these bases that have been added. Some are, of course, in human space, in the bubble. What time is it over there? Oh yeah, okay. So it's fairly early in the morning in the US, I guess. Here in Denmark, it's 20 past 5 in the afternoon, so that would be 5:20 p.m. So yeah, I know a lot of the Americans are probably at church or whatever they do here on Sundays, but they'll get home eventually. And if I'm gonna go around to all these nebulas, it's gonna take a long ass time. But anyway, I've spotted a few of them at some of the nebulas around human space. I would expect there would be a lot more if we begin to look properly. And what I'm interested in is if, just check this one. No, can't really spot anything out here. Okay, 11:30 a.m. That's not too bad. What about this one? No, not really. Let's see if I can get the stars up here. Oh, this is a big nebula. Can't seem to find anyone. Let's move out to... let's just take one more nebula, check this one. And then we're gonna move out. Can't seem to spot anything. They all seem to be non-inhabited. I remove everything here. It's a little bit easier to spot, but it doesn't look like. Yeah, okay, so UK should be 1 hour behind. That's okay. But anyway, I think it's time that we head out. And let's try to take, there are also some very close ones you can see here, fairly close. All of these are also some of them. But I'm probably gonna take these 5 first and then head out to these 3 out here as the next ones. So let's start by going down to the T-Tauri one here. Whee! Oops. And that's only 600 light years away. And if we turn on all stars, it makes it easier for it to plot around. There we go. So let's get off this planet. Or moon, it's technically a moon. That's actually... Why did it stop? Come on. It's exactly where we left yesterday.
Scan detected.
Scan detected? By who? Okay, so there's actually a federal security ship here. I don't know what the hell he's doing out here. Oh, hold on. I need to move my keyboard a bit. My throttle are hitting the microphone stand. So the reason why I want to check out these bases is because I've been ranting about mining not getting any attention lately out in the last many patches, and I'm hoping that with these new asteroid bases that maybe it fuels the opportunity that you could be a deep space miner, so that you would go out to the middle of nowhere and mine stuff out there. So it's kind of a trade-off that you have to get your mining equipment out there, which can be either very expensive or take a very long time, because if you are if you're moving your equipment yourself, I mean, mining equipment is heavy. Okay, planets in the way. We've got to wait for the moon to get around the other side, then we can jump. How many jumps is it? Actually, 14 jumps. And now we need to be able to charge a frameshift drive before we come around the other side. But anyway, I want to go up there just to see how it is. I mean, if some of the from some of the screenshots I've seen from the bases that people have been visiting close to the human base. Wow, that's loud. There we go. It seems that these stations have a tendency to spawn inside asteroid belts, or they are located inside asteroid belts, which I find very, very interesting. Because that means that you can essentially just undock and you'll be straight at your mining spot if the stations are located in a decent ring. I do not assume there are any databases publicly available where this data... I mean, I know there are lists of known prismatic rings, but that's not what I'm looking for, because those lists are all in and around human space, and I don't expect anyone has been looking for prismatic rings out at a distance of I don't know, 7,500 light years around the human bubble. Anyway, I should focus on my jumping because we have lots of jumps to do. And yeah, so as you can imagine, good afternoon and welcome to the stream. As you can imagine, this stream is going to be a little bit more laid back than many of the other streams, because we're going to spend a long time just flying from one station to another. So it's probably going to be a little bit more relaxed than usual. Not just much faffing about. And I'm already low on fuel, so of course I wasn't fully fueled when I landed. So better find a good start and refuel.
Frameshift drive charging.
Do I have anything in my cargo hold? No, that's empty. Good. What? 12 jumps to go. So what I'm hoping for is to find an asteroid base inside a planet ring, a metallic prismatic planet ring. Because if we can get that, I don't know if you guys know this, but there was a guy who contacted me some time ago, and he was doing some research in Elite on the way that rocks are generated in planet rings. And especially around resource extraction sites. And it turns out that these resource extraction sites are actually static. Oh, we needed to refuel. Slow down. Get back into that atmosphere and get some fuel. Okay, so it turns out that that planet rings, and especially rings around extraction sites, they're static. That means that the rocks doesn't change. It's the same rocks every single time. That means that they will always be positioned in the same way according to the warping point. So if you can find a method to locate these rocks over and over again, you could essentially just scan the whole area, and once you know which rocks are worth mining, you could just go and cherry pick the good ones, and you wouldn't have to go around and scan all the useless rocks, which is what takes the most time when you're out exploring. Okay, so we are almost fully fueled, so let's just move on. So, as you can see, what I'm hoping for here is if you could have a mining base that's located in a metallic prismatic ring, you could potentially use this method to locate rocks compared to the station, and then you could just unlock from the station and use that as a point of reference, and use the station's orientation as a point of reference to identify the good rocks, because I would assume that rocks around the station are generated in the same manner as they are around a resource extraction site. So that's why I'm thinking that going out to these might actually not be a bad idea. And you could maybe actually it could be a profitable way to be a deep space miner. But that's what we're testing today. And of course, it's also nice to get a bit of exploration data, even though I know this is on the beta server and nothing carries over, but yeah, it's nice to get some exploration data. And if this turns out to be profitable, this is definitely something that I have to check out once this patch goes live. And another good thing is you wouldn't be that isolated if you were out in the middle of nowhere mining, because multi-crew would be implemented. So if you want some of your friends to come out and join you, you just make sure that you have a fighter bay on your ship, and they can take a fighter and they can help protect you. And if there's a resource extraction side of the system, you can then go there and they can help protect your ship, which I think would be really neat. And I also guess that if you are mining around a station, that you could use the station or the no-fire zone to dive underneath the no-fire zone in case pirates comes along, and the station and all the security around the station should be able to defend your ship. Oh, that's a long distance away. 250,000 light seconds. So we're not stopping looking for what type of planets. This is not really an exploration trip. We're just traveling, and we're just taking a beeline as fast as we possibly can to get out there.
4, 3, 2, 1,
Is it just me or is the game a little loud today? I don't know how it is in the stream, but it's a little loud for me. Here we go.
fuel scooping.
Get that extra fuel. Pleiades, so we're close to the Pleiades right now. Oh yeah, I can see some of them out here on out there. You see at least 3 of them. That's nice.
Drive charging.
8 jumps to go. So just as a follow-up to yesterday's live stream, we were talking about the whole Rubigo and whether it's still a viable option to use that or not. And I've been down there today, and I mean there are plenty of smuggling missions at Rubigo still. Of course, you do get a fine, and it seems like the fine you get is around about the price of the slaves plus 40%. So the fine is definitely higher than you would the payout you get. But the question is whether you can get rid of the fine once it turns into a bounty after a week. And that's what I'm going to test out right now. Of course, it's me having to wait for a week does mean that it draws ever closer. And from what we saw on yesterday's live stream, it doesn't look like there's going to be any missions at Rubigu at all after the 2.3 patch hits the live servers, because I was there yesterday and there was on the beta server and there was no missions at all. And I've been there on the live server all day, and there's plenty of missions on every single instance that I jumped into. So it looks like they're killing Rubigu for good. That they haven't really been able to find a good solution. So they are just going to completely remove all missions from the system until they find a better solution. It looks like that's what they're doing, at least. So apparently this star is non-scoopable. Okay. I probably should have fitted the Anaconda a little bit better for exploration. This is my my travel. This Conda is fitted for just traveling around around human space. What I would normally do is I would use this to get around to the system that I want to go to, and then use the ship transfer to transfer the ships that I need to the station I'm at. And this means this doesn't really have an extra fuel tank on board, and it doesn't have a field maintenance unit. I think I have an SRE, so I can go out. And I have the scanners, I think, as well. But apart from that, and of course I have a engineered frameshift drive, so that's good as well. But an extra fuel tank would probably have been good, maybe a bigger fuel scoop. But again, this is not going to be an exploration trip, and it is the beta server, so it doesn't really matter. Taurus Dark Region. That sounds pleasant.
Frameshift drive charging.
And next star's a red dwarf. I don't know if they did that before, but notice up here you can't see that properly. Okay, but in the info box behind the face cam. Ah, okay, it was from before. So who is hailing me out here? In the info box behind the face cam, you now get an info box saying which type of star you're jumping into, I guess, which is pretty nice, just some additional info. So we should be fairly close now. I think we're about 5 jumps, something like that. 4 jumps only. Very close now.
Fuel scooping.
We should have plenty of fuel to reach the last few jumps here.
Disengage. Frameshift drive charging.
Could be nice if we could compile a list of all 32 of these mining stations, because according to the changelog, there should be 32 of them. And I can't remember how many I found. I think I found not even 10, so there are still plenty of them out there. But today we're just going around to some different one of them, and I'm going to document this in just have a small notepad open. I'll just write a few notes about each system, and maybe make a quick forum post about it. Oh, this is a nice system.
Fuel scooping.
And if there's anything interesting that actually, I mean, I hope that they have a plan. I mean, I would assume they just wouldn't add systems out in the middle of nowhere for no apparent reason other than
Fuel scoop disengage.
for lols. But I guess this is, I don't know if this is part of the whole that
Frameshift drive.
humans are expanding and we are getting larger and larger area. And again, with all the sites that have been located around these nebulas. From the data that we collected there, we saw that they have been putting up beacons out there. So maybe this is, yeah, I don't know, something something new. Maybe people are still beginning to put up. Maybe they're putting up the bases out there because there's gonna be some more content, some more gameplay to be done out close to these ancient sites or the ruins. And they need some place that people can actually dock their ships if they want people to go out there. Maybe they're gonna make community goals out there. I don't know. But I guess time will show. But for now, we're just flying around, having a look at them, see what's out there. We also gonna have a quick look at the mission board while we're out there, just to see what type of missions are there. I mean, so far we have only seen what systems like Rubigo and Southwestern Seas and Quins they do once you're far away from the human bubble. Missions tend to be quite lucrative. So I guess we'll have to wait and see what type of missions, and maybe, maybe if we're very lucky, you could go to some of those. I mean, if you could go out and find a smuggling mission 7,500 light years out that says smuggle this back to the bubble, to the human space, that could be potentially be a very lucrative way of traveling. That you could travel all the way out there, pick up some goods, and then travel all the way back. It'd probably take a day or two to get out there and back, but so we use this as a benchmark because I left, I think, something like a couple of minutes after the stream started, and this one was 600 light years away, and so this is going to take approximately 20. So we can do 1,000 light years in around 40 minutes. So that means taking those 7,500 light years is going to take a long time. Yeah, we need more long range missions. What? You came across a system defense 1,000 light years away? His GPS must have been broken. He needs a new navigation system. I see, here you go. HIND mine. Let's go there. And I mean, we are pretty distance away right now. Let's just scan the system. Slow down a little bit so we don't overshoot, and have a quick look at the system map just to see what type of ring we're looking at here. Oh, it's in the actual asteroid belts. It's not in the planet rings. What type of planet rings are in the system? We don't know. We need to scan the rings, of course, before we can know anything about them. It is pretty out here, though. We're also going to scan the 2 planets just to make sure we know what type of rings are in this system. So that's funny. When I target the ring, it says it's behind me, but I target the base. There we go. It is out here. Okay, so that seems like a bug, because this is close to one of the planets. It's actually close to both of the planets. You know what? No. Target the planet, come on. Oh, I hope I brought a scanner. Please tell me I brought a scanner. Oh, okay, I did. It is scanning. That's lucky. Are you kidding me? Oh, come on. This is not meant for escape. Why are you even interdicting me? There we go. Get off my back. Anyway, let's just scan the other planet while we're at it. Okay, can we select it from here? Come on. And done. So now we should be able to see the ring types. Metal rich and rocky. But it doesn't say, why doesn't it say whether... How about this one? This is also metal rich and rocky. So that's a bit of a shame. But let's head into the planet ring anyway. It does look like it's inside the metal ridge, or is it? Oh, that's difficult actually. Now it didn't bring any prospector drones, but we might actually have to try and see if we can get a hold of a prospector limpet control out here, because it would be nice to be able to scan. So this is going down, this station is located inside the rocky ring, which is pretty much the worst type of ring you can get. So I wouldn't assume that the rocks around this station is anything special to come by. So for mining purposes, it might not be that interesting. Come on, we're almost there. Oh, this could be scary. Whee! That's not too bad. Yeah, sure can do. Let's see if the station, I mean, I would assume a station like this would sell would sell collector limpet controllers. Let's request docking.
Attention, reduce speed to 100.
Yeah. Oh, you need to be careful out here, you're not bumping into rocks or something like that. Deploy landing gear.
Landing gear deployed.
Now there are rocks floating around inside the station, look at that. Must be quite a tremendous amount of effort to hollow out an asteroid to build a base inside. But I guess it's easier than to construct the whole base out here. I mean, then you already have a lot of the materials. And there we go. Touchdown. So let's see what this station has to offer.
Touchdown confirmed. Commence system shutdown. Report to station services for more information, Commander.
Okay, first the commodity market. Oh, look at that. This is interesting. Everything, and I mean everything, is in demand out here. Look at the prices that they're willing to pay out here. Okay, that's... Okay, so apart from... So of course, apart from stuff you can mine, so all the mining materials like... gold, silver, palladium... All that stuff is of course in high supply out here, but everything else isn't pretty. Look at that. Mineral extractors. Over 3 times the galactic average. This could be very profitable going out here. So let's just have a quick look down here at some of these materials. Where's the biggest profit margin? Just out of curiosity. I think mineral extractors are actually some of the best so far. Okay, here's a good one as well. It's not as good as mineral extractors though. Okay, so if you just look at the mineral extractors, they're actually the best out here, because the profit margin is around 1,000 credits per ton, But you can get that by flying in the normal space as well. You can also get 1,000 credits per ton out here in normal space. But this could indicate that long-range trading could actually be a thing to these stations, if you wanted to do something like that. Let's see what the mission board has. So there are donation missions. And they need consumer electronics. No, let's give them some credits. And then it's just for... We're going to try to board hop a little bit just to see what type of missions spawn out here. But I just want to touch up on the outfittings of this ship, because we could use a little bit better setup, and I want to see what type of modules are available, and maybe also have a look at what type of ships are available out here. Come on. Okay, so what type of weapons can you get? They're actually fairly well equipped, it looks like. It's not too bad actually for what I would expect from such a remote station. What do I have in my utility slots? So I just have chaff, point defense, different scanners. Okay, optional internals. We have lots of cargo holds, shield generators. Oh, we do have extra fuel tank and a fuel scoop. I do have a limpet, collector limpet. Then I definitely need... Oh, it's not collectors I need. It's... Let's trade out... Let's trade out a cargo rack for a prospector limpet controller, and make that as light as possible. I'm just gonna underspec this, doesn't really matter, we just need something to test the rocks. I think that's the lightest, right? No, 1D of course is the lightest. Okay. Yeah, firing groups. So let's say fragmentation cannons. That should be not. Now don't use that. Then we have a group with. Let's just reduce. We don't need all these fire groups right now. So just make one with advanced discovery scanner and prospector on the secondary, and then go and buy a few prospectors. Not too many. Oh, paint job is damaged. Because prospectors are heavy. So let's just try like 10. Okay, so let's try and log out and log back in. Just to see what type of missions will spawn out here. Just jump into open. I do like the new animation. But what about passenger missions? See, now we're talking. It's a beautiful ring. Okay, he wants to travel. Wow. 26,000 light years. There's one here. Oh, Quince. You want to go to Quince. That's only 1,000 light years away. But that's only 400,000 credits. 2,500. Passenger mission seems to be not as profitable as I would have assumed. 30,000 light years. for 10 million credits. So I know prices are different on the test server, but what about mission prices? Are they the same? Are mission payouts the same on the test server? Or are they also being reduced by a factor of 10? Okay, so it seems to be just donation missions. Here you go, free money for you. Have a quick look at the system map again. I don't know why it doesn't say the ring rarity, but they're both rocky or metallic. Let's go out and let's have a quick look at some of the rocks outside the station, see what types they are, what you get. And if they're nothing special, we're gonna move on to the next station. Oh, hold on. Have they implemented multi-crew?
Ship restraints withdrawn. Watch for oncoming traffic when passing through the airlock.
Okay, we're gonna test that on the next station. Because, look at this. Okay, it's not unlocked. You should be able to join even though you're not in. So here we are outside the station. And we have rocks.
Power plant capacity exceeded.
Okay, I need a bigger power plant. What do we do? Let's power off the... Where's my cargo hatch? Okay, I'm already turned off my cargo hatch. Okay, let's turn off the kill one scanner and the frame shift wake scanner. Okay, we can just put it. Hold on.
Power plant capacity exceeded.
Oh. Let's put this in group. No, what am I doing here? Come on. That in group 2 and that in... There we go. They're now in group 2. So can I now use my prospectors?
Programming liquid drone.
Looks like I can.
Prospector limpet engaged.
So as expected, not
All clear. Flight control.
the best type of rocks. Just try a few more.
Prospector limpet engaged. Programming liquid drone.
Okay, so it doesn't look like it. Just look like it's a normal rocky ring, just with a station inside of it.
Limpet engaged.
Yeah, it's all the low-end materials that you get out here. It is pretty though, but it does look good. But it's for mining purposes. I wouldn't recommend this. And because we only have the best we have is metal rich, we don't have any metallic rings. But okay, let's move on. Let's find the next system. So next one up, let's go over to these two over here. There are two over here that are fairly close inside the California Nebula. What the... Hold on. What was the economy out here? So this was an extraction economy. That makes sense that they have a surplus. But the next one that we're heading to, this one, has that's a service economy. So maybe they're a little bit more keen on buying materials. Could hope so, at least. Let's plot a route for that. It's only 500 light years, so shouldn't take too long.
Cannot comply.
Oh, we're still match locked and we have the landing gear out and everything. So that's another 12 jumps. So settle in. Take those away. Wait for us to clear the mass lock. Come on. Okay, first we need to clear the mass lock of the belt and not just the station. That's why it's taking so long. But just look at space out here. It is beautiful inside these nebulas. Have to admit that. How? There we go.
Frameshift drive charging.
Low security. I guess you could say that. But it would be really nice if you could have like small colonies popping up all around human space, just to slowly expand this, well, to be honest, fairly small bubble that we are living in right now. But let's try, while we're flying up there, let's try playing around and see if they have actually enabled the multi-crew without telling anyone, because so they tell us about the different types of passengers. Find crew. Okay, so there's choose your planned activity, but you cannot choose any activities. So, oh, hello and welcome to the stream. So I would assume that means that no, they have not enabled the multi-crew yet. Because you should be able to choose what activity you want to do, and then people could join in on ships that are doing what they're looking for.
Fuel scooping.
So for now we're just going to test out the stations, and we'll test multi-crew later on.
Frameshift drive charging.
Maybe we're gonna do something doing the 1000 subscriber live stream, and 1000 subscribers actually coming pretty close, actually a bit faster than I expected. What are we at right now? 987. That's pretty close. And while I was at the live server earlier today, I also had an extra. I paid attention to the way the start graphic loads, and yeah, it's definitely different on the beta server than it is on the live server.
Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
Does the beta server have any influence on the normal? No. If there were two systems that went into lockdown at the same time, they might, maybe no, they shouldn't. I don't think so. Maybe if it's, maybe if the lockdown was a timed thing, so something they have planned mechanically inside the game, that's why they would went into lockdown at the same time, if they did it on both servers. But these two servers should be completely separate universes. So at some point, probably a couple of weeks prior to the beta, they make a complete copy of everything that's on the main server. That is people's wallets, their assets, what ships they are flying, what ship they have. Everything is just copied over to a copy of the main database, and that's then become the ground on which you play on the beta server. That also means that once the beta is over, all changes that you've done on the beta server will be gone. So nothing carries over from the beta server. That's the whole point of a test server, is that you can test things out without having any consequences on the main server. So if there was two systems on the beta and live server that went in lockdown at the same time, I would either guess it's because it was a scripted event or some timed event that would happen after a certain amount of time, or it was just, I don't know, pure luck. Maybe someone decided to UA bomb a system on the live server, and for some reason someone decided to UA bomb a system on the beta server as well. I have no idea why he would do that, but I don't know. Maybe someone did.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Yeah, you're more than welcome. So how far are we out? 6 jumps from the next station. But I can't remember, doesn't it normally say on the planet rings whether they are the rarity of the rocks in the ring? I mean, normally they would say if they are prismatic rings. But maybe if they're just standard ring, it doesn't say. I don't know. If it's just normal rarity. Oh, there are 2 stars very close to each other here. Oh, big one. Very big one.
Fuel scooping.
Yeah, pristine, not prismatic. That's the shield booster. Come on. Yeah, you're right. Okay, so either they are pristine, depleted, or nothing. And if they're nothing, it won't say. So this was just a normal ring, I guess. Okay, so let's hope, let's cross our fingers that we're gonna find a pristine ring. A pristine metallic ring with a mining station inside it would be beautiful. That would, I mean, if that was the case, I'm instantly going to bring my mining cutter out here. And I don't care how much it's gonna cost, it's just gonna be ship transferred out here. It's gonna take a day or 2 to get it out here, but oh well. How are we doing? Only 4 jumps to go. This is not too bad, but these are fairly close. There was one way out, I think it was in the Hard Nebula or something, which is quite a distance away, and I don't think I'm going to manage that during the live stream. Otherwise we're gonna have to invent auto jump, because and then play something else in the meantime. So we're almost there now. California sector. Now I just hope that the station isn't too far from the warp-in point. It would be a shame if it was around a another star 250,000 light seconds away from the warp-in point. Let me just real quick here. I need to get the live control panel up. Actually, I haven't opened that. There we go.
Fuel scooping.
Good. I just need to make sure that I have the control panel open so I can actually see if the stream begins to misbehave.
Frame shift drive charged.
Hello, Camo, and welcome to the stream. We are flying around looking at some of the deep space mining stations, or asteroid stations, or whatever you want to call them.
3,
I think asteroid stations are what they're calling them. And we should be only a few jumps from the next one, which I have high hopes for.
fuel scoop.
One jump to go.
Fuel scoop disengaged. Frame shift drive charging.
Medium security. Nice. California sector BV-Y space C7. Here we come.
3, 2, 1. Engage.
Come on. Ooh, federal gunship. Nice.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
What are you gonna use it for? Combat? Let's have a quick look at the system map to start with. So once again we have... Oh, there it is. So it's not orbiting an actual... Okay, we're gonna start by going to the station, see what it has to offer. And it's in the other direction. But it is fairly close. Dawn Research Facility. Yeah, the Condor is a good ship. Are you using it for exploration, or is it going to be a combat ship, trade ship? I mean, the Condor is a pretty versatile ship. You can use it for almost anything. It's just a matter of having the right modules. So it looks like this one is just a lone asteroid in the middle of nowhere.
Delay C 9 Kappa Alpha. Comms link established. Please approach the station at a safe speed.
Yeah, good exploration ship.
Commander.
Okay, so a bit of a multi-purpose Condor, I guess. That's I guess that's what it's meant to do. No fire zone entered. Let's request some docking here.
Landing permitted. Set down on landing pad 10.
And then we're gonna see what this station has to offer. Oh, we got to look at what ships were available at the other station. But we're gonna look at this one and also what type of missions are available. And then we're gonna scan the local planets. There we have landing pad 10.
Landing gear deployed.
Come on. And there we go, finally.
Contact. Clear to disembark. Report to station services for more information.
Oh, that's pretty nice. Using it for passenger missions. I'll start by looking at the market out here. So once again, almost everything is in pretty high demand. But not that high that... Okay, so this is actually pretty good. There are 2,000 here on advanced medicine. 2,000 credits per ton. But look here, all the materials here are also in very high demand. I mean, you're getting paid well if you mine out here. Let's see what the mission board has to offer. Again, just donation missions. I guess that's the only type of mission that really makes sense. And then of course long-range passenger missions, which there are a lot of out here. But the ones that really pay anything, well, good, you need to travel... Yeah, this is one, Secretaries A. That's a fair distance away. So there are no shipyards here. No shipyards, no outfitting. So you're pretty much stuck with what you have once you get out here. So we still have a few limpets left. Let's try to go out to some of the planets in this system. And see what they have to offer.
Landing coupler disengaged. Watch for oncoming
So if you could store mining equipment. Yeah, definitely. Oh, I'm reversing. Yeah, I could see this being lucrative, actually doing long-range trading to these stations, because they need absolutely everything. Everything is in demand down here, apart from, well, some obvious items, but.
Cannot comply. Landing gear retracted.
Yeah, but we do need to find a new steady source of income in the game if
Frameshift drive.
they're going to completely remove the opportunity to take more than 3 missions of, well, every type of mission that actually pay decently. So I'm thinking you might be able to do something about moving stuff out here. But there should be a pair of 2 ring planets out here orbiting each other. So let's go out and try and scan them and see what type of ring we get. Yeah, I got a little bummed about it as well. But again, I think from Frontier's point of view, they think that I think they want the game to be in such a way that if you make 1, 2, 3, maybe maximum of 5 millions per hour, I think that's where they want the end game to be. If you already have an expensive ship, maybe you can make 1 million per hour as you save up for your end game ship. But when people are beginning to make 30, 40, 50 million an hour, that's when they begin to hit it with a nerf hammer. Why am I throttling down? $5 billion an hour, yeah, I think that's... If you could do that consistently, I think it would be okay. Because, to be honest, 30 million an hour is maybe a little bit on the on the high side. Yeah, so that's the thing. So far, they have not allowed any... so far, they're not allowed any type of transfer of anything between players. I mean, you can't even send credits, nothing. And my guess is the reason why they haven't allowed that yet is because they don't want this to be like they have Chinese farms sitting and farming the game and then selling credits on third-party sites. And I completely understand why they don't want that in the game. But I think that's why they decided not to implement any type of trading or value transfer between players. Oh, hold on. Planet world-based life. Let's have a look at what type of rings we got. Rocky ring. Just a single rocky ring. So transferring engineered modules between players, I doubt it, because as soon as you allow that, that opens up for the whole Chinese market, or Chinese credit farming market, because then people would just sell a module for a non-engineered module for, I don't know, 100 million credits, and then they have just paid for it on some site somewhere. So I guess that's why they haven't implemented it. But again, Elite is supposed to be a multiplayer game. Well, it is a multiplayer game. Okay, so here we got a metallic, metal-rich, 2 metal-rich rings. It doesn't say anything, so they're just normal metal-rich rings. It's just the last one here. So I think that's why they haven't... Yeah, I guess you're right. They could do something to prevent it, of course. But I just say I think that's why they haven't done it. And I agree with you. Make like, yeah, you could only make... let's say you could only make a certain number of transactions each day. Then they would just end up buying 100 accounts. So they would have enough accounts. I mean, they've always found a way around it. Oh, okay. I actually didn't know that that even existed. But I mean, I guess they're always looking for a way to make money on games. I don't understand why you would pay someone to progress you in a game like Elite. I mean, for me, the Elite is mostly about the journey there. I mean, it's fun getting all the high-end ships, and you can use them for flying around, shooting people, or being a very effective miner, or trader, or explorer, or what you want to do. But at the end of the day, I think the most entertaining part of the game, that is the journey there. That is the micromanagement, sitting and figuring out what is the most effective way to do achieving a certain goal. Yeah, the only way you can interact with players is by shooting them in the face. Yeah, and then multi-crew. There was actually a guy who was trying to start, or he started a Facebook page for player-driven missions where players... Did I go to the wrong planet? Oh, you're shitting me, right? Ain't that beautiful. There was a guy who started a Facebook page where for player-driven missions where players would post missions in the Facebook group, and then other players could take the missions, and then would then be paid by him by the mission giver would then eject cargo, and the other player would then pick it up, and then it would then be the value of the reward given in cargo. But it never really got started properly. There was a few missions, but I think they maybe managed to complete 1 or 2 missions, but there just wasn't enough people there to start it up properly. And I think the guy who is running it is now on a holiday. And one of the problems with the site was that he insisted on that every mission was to be sent to him directly, and he would then post the mission on the forum to allow people to be, I think it was to allow people to be anonymous, so they could only post them and only give out their commander name without giving out their true identity. But it meant that it slowed down the process of getting a mission completed, because you needed to wait for this guy to get online and discuss the mission, then he would put it up, then you had to wait for someone to accept it, and you needed to be online at the same time, and if you were in different time zones, that could be a hassle as well. So I think that's why it died a bit. If that's were to succeed, I think you need to... oh, can we make it between the planet and... oh, no, we can't. Now we're getting interdicted. Oh, I forgot that I've throttled down. Okay, so what are you flying? Okay, Diamondback. That's okay, I guess.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Waste of effort, no cargo here. I could have told you that. So there are plenty of extraction sites, but let's have a look at this last one. Again, metal rich and an icy ring. So there are ice rings out here. But still not pristine. That was actually some of the type of mission that he suggested. It was both like escort missions, it was like seek and destroy, like find this player and kill him. I haven't heard anything about human control stations. But maybe. I don't see why not. It is a player-driven game where the players are making the story, so I don't see why that shouldn't be a thing. Okay, let's move on to the next one. That should be a little bit closer. Look at all these on a beautiful line back towards human space. See? Very close, actually. That should only be like, yeah, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 jumps, 5 jumps, something like that. 4 jumps.
Frameshift drive charging.
But the type of mission could also be... Okay, we're just gonna submit. And then he's going to scan us and realize that we have absolutely nothing on board.
Detected.
Come on, frameshift drive. There we go.
Charging.
What is he flying? It's another Diamondback Scout.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
But I like the idea behind human missions, and I actually tried to get a video up about it after he proposed it.
Fuel scooping.
Yeah, it would get annoying with the constant interdiction. But I tried to get a video up about that Facebook group with the player-driven missions, and I actually posted a mission on the page.
Frameshift.
The problem is at the time there were so few people in there that no one replied, so I never got a reply and the mission was never completed. So there weren't really any content for a video, unfortunately, because I think that would have helped the group significantly.
1. Engage.
Just to get a little bit of, give it a little bit more attention.
Fuel scooping.
And I don't know why there are so many people interdicting out there. I mean, I don't think I have a bounty on me. No.
Fuel scoop
I
disengaged.
don't have a bounty. I don't have any active... Oh, I have limpets on board.
Frameshift drive charging.
But they did say no cargo. So they didn't want the limpets, apparently. Oh well. What do I know?
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
I think the next system here that we're heading to was a extraction economy as well. So that probably means that all the mining materials are in high supply, and but I would expect that everything else, just like the other systems, is in high demand.
Frameshift drive charging.
But again, if there is a pristine ring in the next system here, I mean, these two systems are so close to each other. I mean, it was, what, 160 light years? And that's within reach even with a full mining cargo hold. So if there's a ring out here, and even though the system you're currently in is paying very little, you could actually transport it, or you could have a dedicated transport ship to move your cargo once you... what, are we already here?
Scooping.
Well, that was quick.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
So let's go to Ring Mine. And while we're flying out here, let's just have a quick look. Yeah, that is nested under something. Let's have a look. Lots of ringed planets here. Lots of ring planets. Wow. Okay, it's gonna take some time to scan this system. But let's start by having a look at the station. Let's see what it orbits. Looks like it's orbiting something. No, I want the planet. Come on. There we go. Look at the rings, they're blue. This could be very beautiful. It must be because of the high mass star that it's orbiting. The good thing about these stations is you cannot overshoot them, because if you come in too hot, you'll just drop out automatically once you get too close, like I'm gonna do right now. Let's see if it works. Yeah, and you just drop out 50 kilometers out, even though I came in way too quickly. So we are around planet 2A. A2. Okay, let's see. So this is this one. So there are just 2 rocky rings around this one. So this is just a rocky ring. And we already know from the previous system that that is just going to be a normal rocky ring. Rocky ring. Blah, blah. Quest docking.
Access permitted. Plot route for approach to landing pad 17.
So let's see what this system has to offer.
Landing gear deployed.
Is it a thing that if a system has one pristine ring, then all these rings will be pristine? It's just if I have to scan all the planets in the system.
1,000 meters from touchdown.
Oh, a little low. There we go. I'm not sure if we're going to scan every single planet in this system, because there's a lot of them. But maybe we can actually look from the system map which ones are interesting, because you can often see on the color of the rings whether they are rocky or metallic. So maybe we can discard some of them just by looking at them. Okay, here we go. Ring mine. Let's see what this system has to offer. Still no outfitting, no system. Sorry, no outfitting or ship maintenance bay. Let's look at the market. Again, sorry, lots of things here in high demand, and you can see some of them are pretty lucrative. Not as high as I would have expected, given the distance that we are away. But again, beer, you get a factor of 3, but the total payout is pretty low, to be honest. And again, everything, all the mining materials are in the plenty of supply. So actually, I think you could make some decent high metal content one. Yeah, I would prefer metallic, but high metal content is okay. you could actually make some decent money, I think, if you went to these two systems. In, for instance, the Anaconda, my Anaconda here. How much cargo space do I have? I have 224 units or tons of cargo. And if I can, for instance, if I take, let's just say this one. I don't know what they were buying at the other system, but they were buying this at, I respect, at least over the market price. That means if I could buy this for 1,800 credits, and I can maybe sell it for 2,800. That's okay. There's still only 1,000. It's not that good. Not as good as I would have hoped. Anyway, let's have a quick look at the mission board. So same thing. This is beginning to be our theme, I think, that they're only offering donation missions out here, and not that many of them. I guess they don't want this to just be another go out here and get your rank up very quickly kind of place. Anyway, let's have a look at the map. So we can see the rings here are kind of brownish, so I would expect that one to be rocky as well. You can see this one could be interesting. The inner ring, that one could be interesting. That ring could be interesting. Some of the rings down here might be interesting. I don't know if I'm gonna go. How far are these away? Okay, we're not gonna go down here. That's a little far away, I think. And regardless, if these are good rings, I wouldn't go to a system where I have to fly almost 30,000 light seconds just to get to my mining ring. Oh, a high metal content with a ring on the system map. Oh, so one of these down here? That could be a high metal content one with rings. This one maybe. Maybe we're gonna go up there. Let's start by going in and so where are we actually right now? Which one is the closest? That one. So let's go to this one. Because the colors of the ring was slightly different, so there might be some, at least some metal rich ones. I'm not sure we're gonna go out to the ones out here, the 29,000 light seconds. That's gonna take some time to get out there.
Docking coupler disengaged. Your way is cleared for departure.
Oi. Ah, stop. Thank you. Oh well. Close enough.
Landing gear retracted.
So the problem with these are it takes a long time to get out of mass lock because you need to clear the mass lock of the belt.
You've now exceeded the no fire zone. We hope you have a safe journey.
I hope so too. There we go.
Shift drive charging.
Cleared the mass lock. Align with trajectory? What?
4, 3,
Okay.
2, 1. Engage.
I do like these blue systems. They look very pretty. How old is this star actually? With that many planets, it could be a very young one. Okay, 282 million years. That's okay. It's not that young. Oh yeah, an Earth-like with rings. I've actually never seen that, but I can't see why you couldn't have that. I mean, there should be no reason why that shouldn't exist. Now we're within scanning distance. It would be a nice view. Deep space mining. Name of the corporation that owns this planet. Oh, sorry. Almost managed to fuck up the stream there. Metal rich and metal rich. So these are probably metal rich as well. That's a very solid ring. Let's go out to this one. Now that we are clear of all the hidden, all the heavy bodies, it shouldn't take that long. Because we can accelerate quickly. And another good thing about these large gas plants is they are fairly easy to scan. Yeah, that would probably not be very suitable for human life, at least. At least it would be very very dangerous. I guess if you just didn't live just beneath the ring. I mean, if you have a ring around a planet, and I would assume that as the asteroid would hit each other and sometimes bump them out of the orbit, that they would fall. It would hit somewhere like just beneath the ring. So if you just didn't live in that belt, I would assume you would be okay. And a good thing about it is that you could go into the danger zone, or whatever you want to call it, where the rocks are falling, and you could collect some of the rarer materials that would be gathering in those areas. And it wouldn't be a constant bombardment. So as long as you just live just beneath the ring, I guess you're okay. Let's see what we have. More metal-rich rings. Let's just take this one while we're at it. And this is probably what? Metal rich and rocky. Yeah, exactly. Rotation period. Tidally locked. Nice. Lots of landable moons. How far this away? Okay, fair distance away. Should we try just that one? Or that one actually. Oh, okay, hold on. I'll just set my ship flying in the right direction for this high metal content world with rings. And let's try and open up the galaxy map. HEBO system. Okay. All the way close to human bubble. And system map. Ah, yeah. There's an Earth-like with rings around it. So there you have it. They do exist. And there's a metallic ring here. And that's metallic. Wow. There are two of them actually. Look at that. There's one over here as well. Metal rich. This is a neat system. Hebo. Huh. But it doesn't say anything about the rarity of the ring. Oh, here we go. Low res. Ah, that's where it is. God. I'm pretty sure they moved that. Look at that. This is pristine reserves. Pristine reserves. Pristine reserves. It says up here. I'm pretty sure it said it down here just above the rings at some point. They must have removed the pristine reserves. Okay. So metal-rich rings with a pristine reserve, that's not too bad. Okay, it's still gonna take some time before we arrive. Let's have a look at the galaxy map, see where we could go next. But anyway, this system has a high supply because it's a resource, it's an extraction economy. Meaning that the resource prices is gonna be low. So if you're going to sell it, you would have to go up to the other system here in California. But now we should have some system information available. Oh, shit. Okay, game just crashed. I'm just gonna send a bug report, or not a bug report. Yeah, there we go. Just gonna make an automatic bug report and send that in. There we go. And restart the game. Where's my Steam account? Oh, just hold on. It's not on Steam. And come on, let's get the game up and running again. Make sure my capture software captures the game again. Yes, here we go. So it should be up for you. Yeah, that was a hard crash. No warning, just crashed right to desktop. Yeah, if you're mining back at Empire, I would only mine in... So the question is, how far are we away from everything right now? I would only mine in pristine metallic rings, because everything else is just... At least back in the home... Back in... Oh my god, they respawned us back at this planet we started from. We have to fly all the way out there again. Okay, let's see if the client will last all the way out to the star this time. Maybe if we go into cruise mode, it will be a little faster.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Okay. So I think we were about to try and open the galaxy map. Let's see if it happens every time. As any good beta tester, if you find a bug, try it again. See if you can make the same bug again. So we selected the system and we tried to open the system map remotely. Okay, it worked this time. So this is pristine as well. So that's this system here. California sector BV-Y C7 is actually a pretty good mining system because you have pristine metal-rich rings in an service sector where the mining station is the station in the system is having everything in high demand. See, this is pristine reserves as well, metal rich. That's pretty neat. Okay, let's try to go back to the galaxy map because I wanted to look at what a possible next destination could be. So we've been to Titari, and we've been up there, and we're not gonna make it out to the Heart Nebula on this stream, but maybe, just maybe, we can make it out here to the Witch Head, because this one is service as well. Yeah, service economy. And it's only, okay, 700 light years. What time is it? It's almost 7 o'clock. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a look at the other half of this current system. And then I'm beginning to make my way out here, but I'm probably going to end this stream as soon as we're done with this system, because I need to go out and get something to eat. And then I will maybe come back later, or maybe it will be another day, but I'm gonna make another stream at another time when we're gonna go and look at some of these other systems. Because we also need to go to the system out here, here. As you can see, we're just taking the ones very close to human space. How far are we along? Okay, 20,000 light years to go. And the ones, especially the ones out here, what type of economy is this? We can actually look at that to see if they are anything interesting. So this one is extraction. You can see here it's yellow, it's red. So that's an extraction economy. If we move over to the one in the heart sector, that looks like it's a red one as well. So that's probably also extraction. Yeah. I just want to see if there's any of that's not an extraction economy. That might be a good candidate to start with, at least if we're looking for mining systems. So see, this one, this is a service one. Yeah, way too many new stations, and they're way too much spread apart. So that one in, what's the name, NC7A25 sector or whatever thingy. That's the service one. And this one in the Elephant Trunk Nebula is an extraction one. And this one in, that looks like a blue one, yeah. So that's a service one as well. So these two were service ones, so they will probably have a high payout for mining materials. And we're not that lucky that there are cartography. No, there's not information available for the system. No. Just have a quick look at the last one. Oh. No. Oh, come on. No cartography information available. I don't know if the stations are only near the bubble. So the way I found them, hold on, I have to go out and see how far we are. We overshot. Hold on. Oh, we're actually pretty close. I'll show you guys how I located them. Then you can go, if you have beta access, you can go in and locate them yourself. So all the ones I've found are all located inside or very close to some of the nebulas, which narrows the search area quite a bit. I've only found the ones close to human space, but they said they put them up all over, that they put them up in deep space. What deep space means, I don't know. And we're going to overshoot this again, because it didn't break in time. Yeah, and especially the whole Thargoid thing seems to be happening around these nebulas as well. They seem to live in the nebulas, so I don't know. Maybe this is some kind of preparation for something to do with the Thargoids. I don't know. But at the moment, everybody's guessing that everything has something to do with the Thargoids, so why not? Yeah, just UA bomb the Tharg. But aren't the Thargoids the ones who made the unknown artifacts? They probably wouldn't be affected by a unknown artifact. Just a guess. So, let's see what we got here. Pristine, rocky, and metal rich. Okay. Looks like what type of planet is this? High metal content world. Yeah, exactly. And there are some extraction sites here, which is nice. But anyway, yeah, no one knows. I think our next destination, instead of going out to the ones far away out here, we are probably gonna go to these ones here. Oh, I'm gonna show you how I located the systems. So, there we go. Let's see how far away this one is. 2,000, so that takes about 1.5 hours to get out here. So that's probably not something I'm gonna do live on a stream. Maybe I'll start the stream once I'm getting closer to this. But anyway, the way I found these systems was I just scroll in and then you can fairly easily see the nebulas. So for instance, there's a nebula down here. And I will then zoom in on the nebula, and having the map set to economy, once I was so close that I began to see the individual stars, I could then disable the system that didn't have an economy, and then like scan around the nebulas to see if there's anything popping up. Now there's nothing here, so I could zoom out and we could then begin to... Hello and welcome to, unfortunately, the end of the stream. We are gonna end this very soon. Oh, this is a pretty one. The Bubble Nebula. So we're gonna turn back on the system with no economy. There we go. Zoom in and disable all of those. Anything here? Doesn't really look like it. Welcome, and thanks a lot for subscribing. I just want to see if I can locate just one more station before we end the stream, just to show you how it works. So we're gonna keep scanning for nebulas. So I've already checked all of these. Where are... Check that one as well. Reset that one. Check that one as well. I've been over here. Probably need to get a little bit further away. Oh, there's one there. There's a one. Statue of Liberty. Haven't checked that one. So again, zoom in and disable systems, or enable systems that does not have an economy. Once we are so close that we can see the individual systems, we can disable it again. And then move around here, see if we can spot any systems that are flagged with an economy. The Barnard's Loop. Okay. Let's have a look out there. Won't locate it. And this is where my... I can't remember where all the nebulas are. If someone knows where there's a map, I can tell you how a star is born and how it lives and dies, but I cannot, for the life of me, pinpoint where the different nebulas are located. Small one here, nothing there. Jellyfish Nebula, yeah, Jellyfish Nebula here, that has a station. But there's an extraction economy, you can see it there. There it is. So problem is, if we're looking for mining ones, we have to go way. But there was one out here. Maybe we should look at the edge of the galaxy. What about that one? Have we looked at that one? Okay, lots of nebulas out here. Maybe we should look at some of these. Now I just want to find one, and of course, yeah, I've looked at elephant trunks. There's nothing there, or if I did, I looked at elephant trunks at least. Okay, let's look at this one. Turn on the stars. And begin the scanning. That's very thinly populated, this one. Nah, can't really see anything. What about... I mean, okay, I guess you got the point. I hope you did. What about these ones out here? Lagoon. I haven't checked the Lagoon Nebula. Oh, there's one. See, there's one. Found it. So let's put a quick bookmark on that. And that's a service economy as well. And 10,000 people, that's actually pretty big. And you can see how far away it is from human space. So now that we are out here, let's just have a look at some of the other nebulas. I'm probably going to spend some time trying to see how many I can locate of these and then compile a list of them. Yeah, that one's clean. What about the small one down there? Lots of stars out here. Wow, it's densely packed. Oh, that's a new one. There's a military one. Haven't seen those before. But anyway, I guess you got the idea how you you locate them. See, there's another one here. There we go. Yeah, I've checked all the mission boards when I was there, and they only spawn. So far, I've only seen like 1 or 2 donation missions, and that's it. Nothing else. There's no. I mean, if there were like smuggling or long-range hauling missions out here, that would be very interesting. But I've so far, nope. I've only seen donation missions, and I mean only 1 or 2 at a time. So nothing, nothing special here. But again, it often they will have, the market seems to be very good because everything out here seems to be in very high demand. Apart from the obvious, like if you're in an extraction economy, they're going to have a lot of materials available. That's not going to be in high demand. Let's just check Cat's Paw Nebula. That's going to be the last one. Just like the 20 last ones. Nope. Can't see anything. Are we close enough? They all seem to be independent. It seems to be independent systems. I haven't really noticed any factions as of yet, but I've only been... if we go back here. I see I've located a few out here. And so far we have only been to... where did we go? We went to this one and to these 2, I think. Only been to these 3. Don't think we went down here yet. But as you can see, yeah, they are spread out all across this corner of the galaxy. So there's going to be a lot of exploration to do if we need to go and check out all of them. But yeah, again, I think I am going to leave the stream. Leave the stream here. And if any of you feel like going out and exploring some of these yourself, by all means, be my guest. I'm gonna go out to these ones out here as the next ones. And then, depending on how far these are away, they are probably like, what, 7,000 something? Just a guess. Okay, 6, what, 6-1? But it's still gonna take several hours to fly out there. But these ones are within reach. I think it takes, if we just eyeball it, so if this is about 2 hours to get that distance, it's probably like an hour between these in a decently fitted Anaconda. The only ones we found so far that are close to each other are these 2 here in here, which are only they are 160 light years from each other. Oh, did I misspell? Ah, yeah, I did. Make a typo in the name of the stream. Let's just correct that, just for the last 30 seconds of the stream. Anyway, thanks a lot for all the people who have been watching. And again, stream will be up. I don't know when. Maybe later. Maybe another day. Whenever I feel like I have some time for it. And thanks for the people who subscribed. And remember, go to the channel and find the video that announces the events coming up for the 1000 subscriber replay. There is some giveaways of some paint jobs, so you have a chance to win some paint jobs. So if you haven't signed up for that yet, go to the channel, find that video about the 1000 subscriber events, and sign up to the giveaway there, so you have a chance to win. You don't have to be able to attend the live stream to win. So even though it doesn't fit in your time zone, you can actually still participate. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching, and until next time, I will see you guys in space.